and welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're going to be talking about Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I got this off of NetGalley.
Me too.
Okay, so this is about Celine, who is like top of her class, super smart, ready to go to Cambridge, Oxbridge, whatever
I think it's supposed to be like she'll go to either Oxford or Cambridge.
So she's getting ready to be that. She wants to be a corporate lawyer, and her role model is this highly famous lawyer who takes on terrible gas companies and stuff. And her role model actually has this program for high school, for high school students who can compete to get a scholarship. It used to be only open to the older students. Now it's open to younger students. So now Celine is eligible for it. And so what it requires is that you kind of go out into the wooded treks to see who can get the best scores and get like one of the 3 scholarship opportunities.
It's like a wilderness camping competition.
Yeah, I don't understand like how the two fit together, but that's what it is. And so Celine has this rival at school, Bradley, who I don't want to get too much into their backstory because I can't remember like what is spoiler and what's not, but basically they're enemies. And something happens, Celine gets hurt, so Bradley feels bad, and so he drives her to the meeting for this prep meeting for this wilderness explorers thing, and decides that he's also going to compete. And so the two of them are kind of thrown together in this competition, and sparks kind of start flying, and they kind of start evaluating their relationship and seeing if maybe they're less enemies and more friends, if not more. So it's like a rom-com kind of thing. That's really all you need to know.
Really quick because my battery's flashing. So let me grab the plug. And then I was waiting for you to get through the description because I'll just cut it and then we'll cut it back in.
Yeah.
So I did not like
what to say about this book. And yeah, you don't like it. I don't dislike it. I don't necessarily want to read any more books written by this author because I have read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, one of Hibbert's earlier books, and it felt very similar to this book. Like the writing style and the tone of voice and like the tone of the character felt very similar. And so like I think I'm good.
So I was like, I don't know Celine. I don't know Brad. Like I don't care about them. To be quite honest, it took me forever. It took me like 3 weeks to get through this book. And it was like the actual, like the narrative voice, the way it was written. There's nothing like, there's no catch. Like how do I sell this book to a kid? Like, I mean, I appreciate that it's a very diverse cast in the of characters. But I mean, like even nothing's well explained. Nothing's well developed. Like what is the competition and what is the backstories? And I didn't care. To me, it became a chore. I literally like 11:30 last night. I'm like, I have to get through the last 10% of this book.
But then I go back to like, but it's a rom-com. Like, does it really need all of that development? Like others have done it in a way that they don't have that development.
But you don't have the development between the characters or their relationship.
That's true. Well, and I feel like I'm supposed to like the banter between the two of them, but like it feels overdone. It feels like it doesn't feel fresh.
Was it particularly banter? Like it wasn't funny. It wasn't like I'm trying to think like
because Celine was supposed to be prickly, and I typically like prickly characters, but like it wasn't charming.
No. And there really wasn't any growth. And I'm trying to think of like what's a book that's like comparable. And I'm thinking like a Nicola Yoon book, but they're not usually like combative, but just like comparing like the characters and like their interactions to this, there there is no charm. If I'm reading a rom-com, I want it to be charming. I want to be oh, and I just never got that with this.
Well, and I think Bradley kind of had a spark of it, but like Celine, she was hard to get to know. Like she was prickly, but like it was hard to find the soft underside, you know?
When you're in her head and you don't learn anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to me, the best part of this book was the title.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say because I just didn't it never grabbed me and I just kept waiting for something to happen. And like the parts where they're out, I thought like the whole book was going to be them out on this mission, but those are just like very tiny bits. And I think part of the problem is she was trying to cover way too much time. And I didn't particularly like how it ended with who got the scholarships. I just
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just, it wasn't, it didn't push me one way or another. It didn't make me feel like, yeah, this is the best book ever. And it didn't make me feel like this is the worst book ever.
well, no, it's not the
It was
worst
just,
book ever.
it was just like, okay, this is happening. Like, I didn't particularly like it, but I didn't particularly dislike it. It was okay.
Should we just rate it?
But like I think the thing that set it off for me, that set the tone off, that I was already just like, is the glossary that she had at the front.
See,
Like
and I liked that.
I think it was supposed to be funny, but it was kind of irritating.
See, and that was I liked that. There were a couple there an author note. There were like two or three things at the beginning, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this. And then I got to about like 8% on my Kindle, and I was like, I don't like this book.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a fan of the glossary. Like it's I think it set the tone for the book that like I just wasn't on board for.
And I guess I liked that tone.
Yeah. No. I mean, but it felt very Celine-esque. So like it's strange that you liked that
Yeah,
and like but you didn't like Celine.
right.
Anyway, so we're at the point where we're ready to rate it. Our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it doesn't get a horn and is therefore a horse. So where are you?
I am at a 2. I really did not care for this book, but I'm sure that there's a reader out there that will. But I think it's gonna be hard for me to find them.
See, and I'm in a 3 because I don't really have a reason to give it anything lower. Because I think there are readers out there for this like I feel like there are going to be readers for this book. I feel like it's unique enough that it's British, so it kind of twists it a little bit. And I thought Brad was kind of kind of cute and kind of flirty, and it was okay. It was okay, and it wasn't a chore for me to read. So
I'm
yeah,
sorry. Any book that is this short that takes me over 2 weeks to read is automatically at the best of 2.
yeah, no, and I didn't have that problem. So
Okay, so that is
that's
where we
it.
are on Highly
It's
Suspicious and Fairly Cute,
yes, Highly Suspicious, Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert.
and we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.